Good evening, everybody. Just getting everything set up. I can't really see what I'm doing until I can see what I'm doing. So let us know if you can actually hear me, would be a good thing. And here we go. I'm just getting my own monitor up myself so I can keep track of what I'm looking at. The light conditions, as you can tell, are pretty low. But we're going to see what we can do about that. I'll tell you why. Because I completely forgot my lights. I don't know what happened to my lights, but the bag full of my studio lights didn't make it here. So we will be doing a bunch of stuff. I have got my head torch, so we're gonna have an explore. There's me. There's more of me. There's me. Yeah. So I'll give you a little tour in a minute. I've got a load of stuff out here. So I can go through some bits and what I've been up to and things. So we are live stealth camping, and I mean proper stealth camping. I'm using my camo netting today, which I haven't used before. I've had it in the cupboard for about maybe 2 years, a year and a half, but we didn't get to do a bushcraft camp last year, so yeah, we kind of missed out on that one. So I didn't really get to test a lot of my stuff. So I'm kind of testing it now. So yeah, this is the same spot. Just sorting the microphone issue out. Actually, give me 5 seconds. I'm worried it's gonna rustle. Who's Russell? Ooh, you were just under my belly. Sorry, I'm just getting my microphone sorted out in a better place. How's that? Just let us know that that sounds okay. I am kind of tethered. I'm tethered to the phone, but let us know you can hear how it is now. So I've just moved the microphone, so it shouldn't be rubbing and rustling and things. And then we can go for a little wander. Hopefully, still 5x5. Thank you so much, Daily Survival in the house, and Sandy, and Robert McNamara. Great to see you, my man. And I didn't get to see your message earlier on. Was it Discord? Oh, Magic Hand in the house as well, my darling, the one and only Mrs. Sigma Prepper. Thank you for popping in and seeing me earlier on with Hugo Bear, and thank you for tolerating my being away. So here we go. We'll have a little look. I've got my hammock here. Look, I've even got my little bedroom light on. Look. I'll give you a little sneaky peek what's going on inside there. I haven't actually done a great job at filming today while I've been here. I've done all right, but to be honest, even though I got here about 9 a.m, maybe 9:15 in the morning, it was a real struggle doing the filming on my own. And yeah, it was all right, but I just wish I'd got a few more shots. It was really difficult. I wanted to do an entire breakdown of my bug out bag, which is the Rush 72 511 Tactical. I was really keen to give that a full disclosure, but as it turns out, it's really difficult. It would have taken me hours. So do you know what I'm going to do is in the morning, with everything set up the way it is, I'm going to do a shot of sort of everything as it is out, and then I'll do a bug out bag thing as a separate video, like a live in the labs. It won't be live, but so I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to get the Kelly kettle. We're going to make a little stealth solo camp, wild camping fire. We're going to get the Kelly kettle rocking and make another cup of tea. As you can see, I'm out. I have actually had a steak and noodles earlier on. Steak and noodles, which was yummy. So the steak basically blew the entire budget for the entire show, for the entire live stream. I'll show you a picture though. I can show you it on my phone. How's that? Here we go. So there's my steak. I've got an ale as well. It's kind of like tradition. Every year we do bushcraft camp, usually for several nights, and we always have an ale as well. This is the cheapest ale I could possibly find in the shop. Yeah, super. Here we go. There's a little bit of a close-up for you of, that's my Gerber folding knife I like. It's my go-to bushcraft knife. And noodles in my kelly kettle. So I basically cook the here's my kelly kettle rocking. This was it earlier today, look. That is my most beautiful possession of all my bug out bushcraft survival prepping things. My kelly kettle does everything for me. And this is the family version. I forget what they call it, but I bought the ultimate set, which comes with, you know, things like the cups, yeah, and all the bits and pieces. Actually here you see, you get, there's all stainless steel as well, but you'll see you get a bowl. Hold on, I think a head torch can't help. Ooh. It's not very stealthy, is it? So this is like your frying pan, if you like, or the lid of the pot, and this is the pot where I cook the noodles in. In fact, that silicone pipe in there is just an addition I made to keep everything from rattling inside when it's all stacked up. And then you've got things like the stainless steel plate as well that comes with the kelly kettle ultimate version. You know, all the Sigma Prepper and the ultimate stuff we do. So I had to have the ultimate, and you get 2 of these actually, so they're really cool. That's what I ate my steak and noodles on. And this is just a few extra bits that you get as well. So that's kind of what I've got going there. I've just cleaned that out, so I'll pop that in there. And then what am I looking for? This one goes on there. This is like a stove. This is like a stove that you can put on top of the fire pot, and then you can just put frying pan or whatever you want on top of that, to be honest. And I just have a little cleaning rag, and then a couple of Brillo pads and things, and that fits inside there and fits on there, and then the kelly kettle fits on that. Cynthia Guarnotta in the house. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Here's my here's what I mean about the steak. This is cooking on the kelly kettle fire base. Purple Flurple as well, my darling. Great to see you. Live solo camping, stealth wild camping. Love it. So thank you very much, Magic Hand, for letting me buy the steak. It was a bit, what do you call it? This is my noodles. Just wait for the light to register. So I cooked the noodles on top of the kelly kettle with the attachment, which I'll show you in a minute, because we need to make tea. And I've just been cutting up some wood, because the wood I cut up earlier on I've already used quite a lot from making a few cups of tea today, plus obviously cooking the steak, and of course the noodles, and then another cup of tea. I'm kind of out of wood. Ooh, missus, I haven't got wood. But yeah, so what we need to do, and I've already chopped some more up over there, but I could do with, ouch, sorry, stone in the knee. I could do with just chopping a few more little bits of wood up before it gets too late, because I need to chop it down to be a bit smaller. So let's go on a little quick tour, and I can raise you up. So let's pop out here quickly so I can stand up. So this is where we're at. Not that you can see anything. I've got a security system set up as well. So this is home. This is home. I've got my USB strip light there. That's a rubbish bag. But yeah, hammock going. This is the DD Hammocks Frontline XL MC, which is the multicam. The tarp is also DD Hammocks. This is the DD Hammocks 4x4, 4 meter by 4 meter tarp. You can't see it on the top because We can just about see the pattern, but it's the same as the pattern as you see. It's a shame I can't zoom, isn't it? So what I've got going on here, I've got a hiking stick. We've got, this is a telescopic pole that I brought with me this time. I didn't bring this last time. You can see I've wrapped this in the old military camo stuff, but you can't do much about this because they have to extend in and out. Rubbish bag. This here is a pouch. This is a pouch that holds my battery bank that's connected to the silicon light strip. This is warm white LED as well, which I really like. So camo netting, yes, camo netting, we'll get to that. We'll get to that as well. Let's back out of here so we can regain our bearings. So that's this again is the DD Magic Carpet XL size. I think it's 240 by something else, not sure. Kelly kettle, tripod, bug out bag and stuff. So ham radio, yes. So we've got a hiking pole which go up to about 135 centimeters. Please hit the like button. Good shout, thank you very much. Hey, Miss Worm. And then this is my DD telescopic pole, which gives me a little bit more height. So I've got a little bit more of an apex coming up here. And then the way I do it here is with my continuous ridge line, which you'll see on my channel. I've did a video showing how I rig that up. So this is like just hooked on for the netting, yeah. But this is Dyneema. This is Am steel Dyneema. This is only 1.75 millimeters, but it's absolutely, this is twang, twang, twang. And that's on a Dutch wear titanium hook. Sorry about the shadows, which we can't see because that's in the way. But that's a Dutch wear titanium hook going just around a tree, and then we've got the tree straps. I've got a bit of a weird configuration here to get the right length, but I've got, again, Dyneema. This is just a linkage to extend it. I've got a soft shackle here as well, again Dyneema, Am steel, super stuff, super tough, super lightweight. So this is going into here. This is just to keep this taut, yeah. And this is my whoopee sling. This is really lightweight stuff. This whoopee sling's really lightweight as well. And this is the only thing, look how thin it is. Yeah, this is the only thing that's keeping my entire weight. And I even replaced the normal ribbon that you have in here. It's really heavy stuff, it's nasty. So I pulled that out and put again some Am steel in here, which is just a double-ended eye splice, I think that is. I've just got here a lark's head onto my whoopee sling. This is how you adjust it. So I've done it a bit differently to how I did in my prototype camp here at this location. But it seems to have gone all right. What I've also got here is another strap. This is just a makeshift strap. Now I made this last night. I only had 2 hours sleep today, by the way. 2 hours sleep. I got to bed about 5 AM and I was up at 7 because I was here by 9. So this is a bladder bag that I bought ages ago and never used to go in my bug out bag. But I actually use it as my gravity feed water now. So you see I've got this configuration. It's my own silicone hose. You don't get this with it. This is just a ring to block it off. Yeah. And this is a Sawyer mini filter. And I come out of that and then I go into a platypus carbon. And then out of that just into whatever you want, right? And that goes into a bottle. And this is what I got from the lake. Can you see the colour of it? That's what it looked like out of the lake today, right? And I videoed going down to the lake to collect it, right? But check it out and I'll show you what it comes out like. I drank it today, live, not live, but on a video. But look, it's like lich. It doesn't taste of anything. It's completely and utterly perfectly, you know. And I filtered it as well. I gave the water from the lake a bit of a pre-filter before going into, hello little spider, excuse me, oh he's off, before putting it into the big wide neck here. It was a bit of a problem, so I'm going to figure out a new filter for filtering the water before it goes in. I've just rigged up this last night with a little bit of a bungee. This is like bungee hooked on, and the idea with this is because this isn't designed to do this at all. You'll see, in fact, this thing is designed to point upwards, which makes sense when it's in a backpack and you're drinking from it, but I need it to go down as a gravity feed, right? This string on here is a good little tip. This string on here, I unravel that when I'm done with it, and if you spin it around, whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, it's mounted on the right end. Yeah, you see the flow goes that way. So, yeah, so I've mounted this string on a tie wrap here, so that when I swing it around, it forces and back washes out all the water, but quite aggressively. So that's really good. Just yeah, spin it around. So that's what we've got going on with that. So yeah, lake water, not lake water. Well, it is lake water, but not anymore. So let's have a look around here then. Check it out. Look how beautiful it is. I am trying to be stealthy. Can you see? I got the light on there, which kind of is not ideal. But now you need to be careful around here, because check it out. There's some well dodgy badger sets and all sorts going on here. We'll have a look for one in a minute. Where was that one I nearly fell down earlier on? Look, look. Yeah, that goes to China. Lich. Hello? There's loads of them around here. So you've got to be careful. If you're ever in a location like this, my whole foot and more will fit down there. That's about 2 foot, maybe 1.5 foot. Yeah, 18 inches across. Your foot will fit down there. You'll break your leg straight away. So I need to look where I'm going. But you can see what I've done here. All American prepper in the house. Great to see you, my man. Not a snake hole, it's a badger's. So that's the camo netting. And you can see I've secured last night. This is why I only had 2 hours sleep, you see, because I have these little ideas and I can't go to sleep until I've fulfilled them. So I cut up about maybe 10-15 of these camouflage paracord lengths, about 8 inches long, just preemptively knowing I was going to want to tie this off, yeah, onto various things. So I'm using these bungee balls here. It's a great way to mount your top, because you can make it really taut but yet not have too much pressure on it. If you have some wind, it will just flex with it. So this is the other side of the continuous ridge line there, and you'll see I've got the this is the upside down, that is. This is the Dutch ware wasp, which again is titanium. So this Dyneema ridge line goes round and then it hooks through. There's like a pretty clever configuration on this wasp that sort of hooks through and round and then tightens up on the antenna once you cinch it back and make it real tight. Yeah, so that's what we've got going on there. I need to be careful with my head torch as well, but again, tree strap, similar configuration on this side. Again, I've mounted this on here just to keep this back. So the thing I like about the Frontline DD hammock, the XL particularly, is you get the mozzie net with it. When you get these carbon formers, yeah, I've got them on the widest setting. So this is I've got the under blanket for this as well, but I've not got it with me today because it's absolutely roasting. We'll have a look inside that in a minute. So red end for those that saw the video of my prototype stealth bushcraft camp, where I checked out this new wild camp location, should know red end, head end, so my head will be this end, right? I only went round the trunk. It's a little bit of a smaller tree here. I only went round it once, so hence the straps are much longer, so I didn't use linkages. The other end I went round the trunk twice. So I haven't actually played around with the height too much. I laid in it for a bit, it felt pretty comfy. So check this one out though. Look, talking about badger sets, this one is humongous. This one literally does go to China, I reckon. I look at it, I can't even, yeah, and this thing goes off in 2 different directions. So, got spiders dropping out of the, got spiders dropping out of the trees as well onto my head. So you can see, what I've done here is like a ridge line, and then I've got this extra apex here to give me extra room. So it's asymmetrical. The back goes down at an angle like that. There's some overhang there, get about a meter each side overhang. So that goes up just to clear the hammock. Again, you've got the double tree straps went round twice here. But you'll see the angle there is very different. And then in fact that's basically horizontal, this one. And these using my hiking sticks, yeah, at full extent basically, and using my line locks, my custom guy lines I like to make up. This is using cub cord, which is nice and lightweight. There's some battening that I did earlier. I had to do it all with the axe, because using my Gerber knife to batten down, you know, where you put your knife like that and then bang the other end with something heavy and smash it through. But it was making too much noise and it got late, so I had to do all of these manually with an axe. Yeah, imagine that. So basically it was something like that, and I have to split it with that much precision, but it's much quieter. I'm reasonably all right at it. I don't hold it like that, I hold it with a piece of this. Yeah, so if you miss, it's no biggie. So this is what I've just cut up just before going live, like lich. I was out of breath. Well, not out of breath, but I was running backwards and forwards. So we'll be using that to cook up some hot water in the kelly kettle. Talking of which, here she is, my darling. So this is an extra, yeah, which you can put on the chimney, which the pot that you just saw fits perfectly on there. The diameter keeps it in place. But we won't need that to make tea, so we'll take that out. But these are cool, and these flat pack, yeah, they go in half, you see. So it's really well designed, so well done, Kelly Kettle. I've got a few things I've modified on here. I took the chain off because it was really noisy, and instead I've got this silicone tube that I happen to have, and I've done some copper wire soldered and then heat shrink, and that goes on to this, which again is modified, because usually you get the rubber, you get the orange rubber bung, whereas I need to just rinse that off in a sec. You get the orange rubber bung, which is just completely and utterly sort of secures it. You don't want to leave that in while it will pop off. But this is a whistle. This is the optional extra whistle version. I'm going to leave that there because I need to clean that before I put it in the spout. I've got some wet wipes and stuff, so we'll run round in here as well and clean it up, and we'll get that lit. And I did, so I've got a few bits and pieces out here. There's my axe here, look, it's a Grunsfoss. It's a nice axe. That's courtesy actually of Wrangler Star. Wrangler Star recommended that one of all the axes if he could only have one, and I must admit, for splitting down wood, you're not going to cut a tree down with it, but who wants to? For splitting down wood the way I've been doing, taking them from pretty big chunks, yeah, like that, diameter, down to what you just saw, which is what's good for the Kelly Kettle, is what we've been doing. Here's my Gerber knife, look. This is my Bushcraft survival go-to. Just real nice. It's like me and it are one with each other. It's got serrations, which I like for making curls, feather sticks, to make tinder, yeah, and lots of other uses for it as well. But it's a nice shape, it does everything I need, it's nice and tough. I can baton with it using the axe head on this end to batten down on the blade basically through the wood. So beautiful knife, go-to, sits in my Sits actually in one of the pouches on the hip strap of the 511 Tactical pack, and yeah, it's my trusty babe, of course. Sigma wolf patch, and there's the eyes, got over the eyes, and what else we've got to show you? Don't know, but we really need to make tea because I am absolutely gasping. Ham radio. I like the negative screen. This is just for the radio really, but I've got the modified extended battery, 3,800 milliamp hour, sorry, which on my bug out bag I've got molly. You get molly straps all over, so this is my on the shoulder strap, look, that goes in there, and if you use the extended battery they fit in the pouches real nice. Yeah, the 511 Tactical bag is beautiful, brush 72, and then this is the other shoulder strap. I've got my tourniquet or tourniquet depending on where you're from. There's a Sharpie there. Mine's quite snazzy, it's my own version, slightly modified. It's got an aluminium anodized twisty business, got a little patch on there, and this is the hiking. If you're hiking or something on the road, it's good to have that for oncoming traffic. Look at this little chap. Look. Hello. Hello. Bye bye. Oh, he's on my trousers now, look. Out with wildlife, got to be done. So yes, this is the front of the, you know, the 511 Tactical. I'll just take my ham radio out of there. I usually have the local radio rocking. Let's put her back. There she is. What have we got in those pouches? These ones I think I just had USB, these USB battery banks, yeah. I did this a couple of nights ago as well. This is like a squidgy, squirmy, you know, you put it where you want and it will stay there. This is a small, this comes with my Sigma Prepper e-harvesting kit, yeah, which is touch dimmable and it's really efficient and it's warm white. You know me and the warm white. It's such a more usable light to the human eye in terms of wavelength and things. So it's just a softer feel. This is pretty impressive, isn't it? Getting it in there with one hand, look. But the other benefit of these things is they work both ways up, and they're touch. Look, just touch it and up it comes. If you press and hold, it will dim it down and dim it back up. Look, so it's really efficient because if you only got a little bit of battery, you can just dim it right down. Yeah, hold on, let me get my head torch off. Yeah, you can just dim it right down. You'll save so much power. Yeah, that's using like microwatts, right? Well, it's not. It's probably using a couple of milliwatts. So beautiful, like them. So let's move everything into place. We need to go and make some tea. So it's quite a handy light, and it's so efficient with a battery bank. That's what I recommend. Like I say, with the equally, cookies, and I've made myself a little bit of trail mix. I'm gagging for some trail mix. Who wants some trail mix? Yeah. Who can guess what's in there? This is kind of a tradition as well. Me and the boys used to do bushcraft all the time, and you would have an ale, a steak, and you'd have to have your own version of trail mix. And my version of trail mix was just whatever I could find in the shop, lastminute.com, plus peanut M&Ms, which has to be part of it. So we've got some peanut M&Ms, some raisins, sultanas, and some walnuts by the looks of it. Should we just grab a almond in there just so it doesn't feel left out? So, I have to rest for about 30 seconds. And then we'll go make some tea. How's everybody in the chat anyway? Are you all happy? I would need some bug spray. I've just got a vest on. Yeah. What would you call it? A vest? Don't know. That's what I'm wearing. I'm just reading through the chat. Definitely some badgers. How durable is a hammock setup? Do you know what? I think there's less that can go wrong with it than a tent. Oh, that's a one. We haven't seen inside the hammock yet, have we? Should we do that? I think we should do that because I don't really need to have my bedroom light on. Yeah. So let's have a little look and see my hammock, shall we? So this, let's get the head torch on. I think if I kneel down, that's perfect height, isn't it? Let's try and find the zippers. I think the only modification, I've done a few modifications on this. My own zippers, red reflective, with some, what are they, double fishermans I think you call them, to make it a loop. So you can just pull it from the inside nice and easy. That's about it. I put my own, right, in we come. Whee! So that's the tail end, and this is the head end. So yeah, it's been about 90 degrees today, so working in this heat's been pretty epic. So what we got going on here is, this is my shamagar. I've got an inflatable pillow underneath that. Yeah. This is my sleeping mat. Yeah. Which I need to inflate properly before going to bed. And this is my Special Forces sleeping bag, which is good for 5 degrees centigrade comfort, 0 degrees centigrade or 32 Fahrenheit is what this thing's rated for. But tonight it'll be fine. The reason this is a Special Forces one is because a few reasons. On the boot end, it's reinforced in the bottom, so you can wear your boots in there. On the bottom third is waterproof as well, so that you can jump about in your sleeping bag if you get an attack or something coming at night without getting your feet wet. Also, the zipper, very uniquely, only with the Special Forces range, is the zipper's in the middle. The zipper runs all the way down the middle as you lie, not on the side. And the idea for that is, like, inside you just like whoop, and then you're out straight away. Yeah, so it's like a quick exit design. And the other great thing about this, the reason I invested in this one, because it's not cheap, is because you can also buy another version that goes in with this and stitches in, so it creates it down to about minus 20 degrees centigrade if you use the additional. It's like another one of these that goes around and zips into it. So I thought it gives you much more options, and that's what I like, really. So this will be my head end. We'll see how we get on. I mean, I'll mess around later on, and if I need to make any adjustments up and down, it's very easy with my whoopee slings, as I showed you. So that's how I'm going to be kipping tonight. There's a lot of room in there. It's massive. I wish I could describe how big it is. Yeah. And then this is just a little, there's a pocket up here as well. Let's get my head torch on. There's a pocket up here. I put this string along. It goes between the two tabs, and then I can hang stuff on. I've got my bedroom light. Oh, so we don't need that one anymore. Let's get my head in there. And I like the fact that there's camo net everywhere. Camo net. There's bug net completely all the way around. Totally and utterly zippity doo dah, zippity day. So that's my bed for tonight. Right, 5 seconds, and then we're gonna go on a trek. We're gonna go on a trek to make some. I think there's a I think there's a twig underneath the magic carpet. The magic carpet's the name of this tarp from DD that goes on the ground. It's a real nice thin, but kind of does the trick sort of thing. I just felt a big lump under there, and it's worth getting rid of it, because otherwise if you do stand on it, you'll go through the tarp, you could puncture it, despite how tough it is. Right, let's lose the head torch, because we've got to be, we're supposed to be stealthy. Right, so let's, hold on. I need to get some stuff together, and we're going to go in that direction, and we're going to make tea, is the idea. I'm going to have a sip. Yeah. My sister bought me this. When we went to Toronto, went to Canada to visit my sister, that's where she lives. And we went into, I can't remember what it was called. This is GSI Outdoors, maybe it was that. And I had this in my basket, amongst other things, like my thingy bob super duper whistle. There is a particular whistle, and I had a basket of goodies, and my sister, when we got to the checkout, she said, oh, I'll buy this for you as a present. And I was like, oh, are you sure? She was like, yeah. I was like, oh, it's cool. And I love it because it's the sort of thing you can keep for a long time, you know. Yummy. He was a captain on a ship, yeah, and I think his name was Morgan or something like that, don't know. Right, so we I'm so desperate for a cup of tea. I'm busting open my thingy bob, which is naughty. Oh, right, look how dark it is. Actually, should we have a look round? I am going to have to put my head torch on. Wanted to see if I could see that rope light. Yeah, a little bit, look. You can see the overlap though. The overlap of the tarp and the netting, the camo netting. I've got to be bloody careful though, haven't I? Because on the floor, I don't want to fall down any massive holes. Like that one. Look, it was literally right next to me. Yeah. There's a few of them around here. And do you know what? There's a little slow running stream down the end of there as well. No wonder there's a lot of bugs about. But I don't mind it. I don't get bitten. Well, that's a lie. I do get bitten, but nothing happens when I get bitten. Right, okay, so what we're doing, we're going over there. We're going to make fire. We're going to make fire. I think we'll do it a cheating way. We don't want to be doing any ferrocerium flint strike business, do we? Do we want to be doing ferrocerium flint strike business? I hope everybody's well. Please hit the like button if you've just joined us. I remembered last minute to give my head torch a bit of a boost. So, this is what we're going to do. I don't think we want to be doing flint strikes. We can do if you really want. But I don't know where I'm going to put the camera. This is my fire box. And we are going to need a few bits out of here. So, good way of making tinder. This is waxed dowel. So if it gets wet, it won't actually get wet. Look, you can make really nice tinder with this. So keep that in there. What else we got? Oh yes, this is actually Zippo. This is lighter fluid. Yes, it's full. This is my backup bellows. Yeah. And you can basically blow into that way, blow into the fire and get it going. They're bellows, but like I say, backup bellows, because these are my main one. But you know what, I've got these nice ends on them, but this end just fell off today. Yeah, this is really long. Get a really good blow off that. What else we got? It's like just a clipper lighter there. I've got a little bit of silicone tubing with some flints in it. I found some silicone tubing, happened to be the right internal diameter. Oh, this is just fat wood, so it burns pretty aggressively even if it's wet. It's like full of oil that burns like a good one. And this in the bottom, I'll tell you what, maximum points, maximum respect with gang signs, yeah? If you can tell me, this is a firebox, yeah? This is fire bits, fire stuff, right? Maximum respect if you can tell me what you think that is. Huh? Maximum respect if you can tell me what you think that is. It's in my firebox, don't forget. The other things I have obviously is a ferrocerium rod, flint strike. Again, I just put my own cub cord arrangement on here to give it a nice handle and to be able to, you know, attach it to whatever you want. And my opinel is my favourite flint strike for a fire steel. I'll show you why. Because the back of this is beautiful. The blade itself is super sharp, but I don't actually use it for anything apart from, fun enough. And this was a gift. This was a gift from Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. But yeah, it's a beautiful opinel, super famous. This is the Stealth, you know me, the Stealth Tactical Grey, I think they call it. So that is what I use as the flint strike. I think Daily Survival wants to see some flint strike action if we're gonna get the Kedikot going. So that's all really we need. But what I do is a little bit of a cheat. Did we have any guesses? Did we have any guesses for what people think that? Oh, hold on. Hello, Jenny. Oh, someone said mirror. Oh dear. I used to canoe. I used to go to canoeing club on a Sunday. Netram Design in the house. You are absolutely right, my man. You're absolutely right. I don't know if you're the same. I don't know if you're the first person, Netram, who got it right, but you're the first person I saw. It is, thinking logically, it's a magnifying glass. Yeah, get some good fire started with that. And some measurements there as well, so that's quite handy. It barely takes up any room. So it's nice, again, to have a backup, right? I can't get it back in the hole. Where even is it? It's hidden. What's going on? It's not that end, is it? No. Oh, it's in the side, is it? Oh, God. That's not very well designed, is it? Mind you, I haven't got my glasses on either. That doesn't help. So, yeah, that is a magnifying glass. Good thing to keep in your little firebox. And this is a waterproof one. It's not too bad. And I help it along with the Ranger bands. These are Ranger bands. You can get smaller versions, or you can just cut up inner tubes from bicycle tyres. Keep it secure. This is what we want though. These bits here, the waxed twine, which I like. There's some of that waxed dowel as well. But I quite like these. I kind of just use them as, some people use little tweaks to get the fire in, but I find this kind of does two things, because you can get the wax off the end of the twine, yeah, and fluff it up, And not only is it a great sort of like wick to get the fire started and feed the fire in exactly where you want it, it's important. Yeah. You see? So this is wax twine here, is all waxed up. I've just pinched it off and frayed it out, look. And that will really take a spark, right? And you'll be able to carry that flame into the Kelly kettle fire base, yeah, and get the flame exactly where you need it. Yeah, so I definitely recommend that. You can make your own wax twine. So we'll be using that. What else do we want to do? We want to clean that whistle. We want to clean the whistle, and we need to clean the rim of the neck of the Kelly kettle. Dusting my knees off and having a little stretch while I'm up here. It's good form, good form. Oh, so I haven't really sat down all day, to be honest. Not at all. Well, that's a lie. Maybe a little bit. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, baby wipes. Baby wipes. Wet wipes. That rag will probably do the job, but never mind. I could do with just running one over my face as well. So I tell you what, we do actually have a bit of a water shortage. Well, do we? Not really. It's just that I need to go a bit easy, otherwise I'm gonna have to go back down to the lake to get more water to filter out in the rubbish bag. Yeah. It's not dire straits, but should we do some now? Let's do it. Let's do it. Because there is a little bit left in the filter. Look at that spider there. He's a bit of a cool looking dude. Look at his tiny little legs. There's a little bit left in this bag, look. Yeah. So I think we should just make some more water. Should we make some more water that we got from the lake down the road earlier on? Let's pop you down here. I hope the signal's coming in okay. Oops. Just dropped you completely off the tripod. Right, okay, so let's get this lid off. We're going to undo this little makeshift crimper. Right, we should leave that for a little bit. Is there anything coming out? Yes, there is. Oh. Let's get you. So this is the water I got from the lake. You see how nasty it is? But you see it's pretty blatantly yellow, right? This is my collapsible, foldable bag. It's about a gallon, maybe more. That's always in my bug out bag, right? As is all of this, but... Ooh. It's not very stable. Look, there's a flow coming out. There's not a lot of water in there, it's gravity feed. But look, it's doing it for you. There's no squeezing bags or any of that business. Yeah. Because you know those Sawyer bags always pop. And bear in mind, we're going Sawyer Mini and... Yeah, so there's the bag, which is not designed for this at all. But it is now. As of from last night, right? Oh. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. It would be rude not to. So there's a bit of water in here. It's just I've made up this thing here. Yeah. It's a bungee, right? But just to lift it up so that this thing's pointing the right way. But sometimes it gets crimped in here. It stops the flow. But yeah, so we've got a Sawyer Mini. For those that missed it, Sawyer Mini going into a platypus carbon. Yeah, there's not a lot left in that bag now. I don't really want to use the rest of what's in that because I want to test it. Because what I bought was ages ago. It's really cheap actually, so it's worth having. I bought this with the Patreon money, look. I'm going to do a review on it, right? But it's a TDS, total dissolvable solids and stuff, right? So it's got a sensor on the end. Lots of them actually. Lots of different sensors in there. Does temperature, yeah. Does the pH value, does the how many, you know, microns of solids per whatever litres and that. So I was going to measure the lake water that I collected today before and after, and then test that compared to Berkey water that I bought from home. So that was the idea with that. I haven't actually used this on the water and I've already drank it. Yeah, I already drank the water today out of the filters that I've had running. Yeah. Well, I did it live on the video as well. You'll see it when I cut the video up, right? I shot today. But that's my bed for the night. I am loving this netting. I'm loving this camo netting. It's so convincing in the daytime. It's not even funny. And you know what? It works really well because I've got the, you know, because I have the DD tarps multicam tarp and then the netting on top of that, yeah, it just breaks up those lines beautifully. Even with my Apex roof here. Yeah. I keep expecting, oh, I haven't shown you my piece de la resistance, have I? So as well as being stealth camp, right, as well as being solo camping, I've got security system rigged up as well. Now I have shown you my security system before. I don't, well, have I? It was an idea for one, but I don't know if I've ever shown you me using it in the mix, right? And I've got it with me today and it's rigged up. So, that is the receiver, yeah? And basically, I've got two PIRs, yeah? I've got two PIRs mounted up with the only two ways you can come in. I'll show you. And I rigged up these little cables last night. Well, not cables, but little, you see? It's already set it off. I can hear it from camp already. So I've just made up a nylock. Again, just a nylock so I can cinch it up. Right, look. So I've got a nylock adjuster, tensioner there. And then on these last night, I modified it with some foam at the back and some foam underneath. It's really grippy, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, and it even goes around the line here. It's perfect, right? And the angle pointing down. So there's no way. So many badger sets along here, I need to walk look where I'm walking at all times. Can you see it? You see it flash up? It's well jammy, yeah? No one's getting near me without me knowing. Can you see it? Can you see it out there? If I move about, yeah, look, see it light up. It's already got us. It's already got us, and I'm way away, right? And then on the other side, whoa, fuck. Sorry. Badger hole. So there's the netting on the other side coming down the back. Yeah. And then here, look. So same situation. It's wireless. Yeah. We'll come back in this way. So hello everybody. Right, we're definitely going to make tea now, I promise. Is that little bug again? It is. Oh. I was just about to say, oh, our water will be done. It's like, oh, it's more than done. But I made this little clip here. There's a train line nearby is what it is, Cynthia. I just saw your message pop up. So I'm going to have to pop you guys down here quickly. Just while I close this off. There we go. Look at that. Fresh as fresh can be. Well, I don't know about that. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's out of the lake. It's out of the lake. And look at the colour of it. Don't forget, this is what came out of the lake. Out of the lake. Out of my custom setup. Yeah, absolutely clear. So we're now going to use this for the kelly kettle water. Yeah, we're going to boil that up. 2 minutes at sea level, by the way, is what you should boil water for. Now, to be honest, I'm not even just going through a Sawyer. I'm going through a Sawyer Mini, yeah, and a Platypus Carbon. Now, apparently, the Platypus Carbon's really good for taking any tastes away from anything, whereas the Mini Sawyer is good for like 99.999%. Oh, Connie, she's saying YouTube unsubscribed to her. Well, YouTube's got to do something. They're trying everything they can to stop me getting to 500, even though I should have been at 5 million 10 years ago, but never mind. So sorry, Connie. You need to write a letter. You need to write a stern letter, Connie. You're a VIP patron as well. How rude is that? Yeah? Unsubscribing a VIP patron to Sigma Prepper. How very dare you, YouTube. Get your act together. I demand to have 5 million people watching this live right now to make up for it. So, let's get this bottle of water. Beautiful water as it is. Look at it though. Yeah? Don't tell me you wouldn't drink that. I might drink some actually. Right. Oops. That'll be quite a bit. Let's pop you down here actually for a sec. I'll get you lined up. Just gonna wash the oh, the only other thing I did as well was to put some linseed oil on the handle. It's just good careful wood. So this is the optional extra whistle top for the curry kettle. I wonder if trying to be as conservative as possible with the water. Right, just getting the rag. There we go. Just gonna give my hands a bit of a rinse as well. Okie dokie. I've got a microfiber towel somewhere, but I don't tend to wipe my hands on that. Right. Getting twisted out with the microphone. So curry kettle's good to go. Put the lid on that. So I think that's pretty much brimming, isn't it? Yeah. Brimming. And brimming for this, I believe, is 1.3 litres for the Kelly kettle. This version of which is going to escape me now. You got the junior, you got this one, and then you got the ultimate one. I think this is like the base camp. That's it, base camp Kelly kettle. Yeah, and then we're going to have some biscuits, some cookies. We might need some wood as well. Of course we do, we always need wood. Everyone needs wood. There's my little makeshift fire area, look. So this is the Kelly kettle fire base. Don't need this on there, this was for my steak earlier on. Yeah. That's for my steak. Put that there. Just wash my hands as well. So this fits on there like so. Yeah. That's how she's going to roll. And then here we've got wood. So we'll just take this bag over and we'll go and get that other wood that I cut earlier just before the show, so it wasn't too loud. Need to put it on the chopper board boot for the time being. Right. I know, 5 seconds. What am I missing? Nothing. Need my wax twine to start the fire with. So I think Daily Survival said she wants to see me do it with a ferrocerium flint strike, and I'll be using my Opinel. Is it a number 9? Not sure. My Opinel is what I like to use to strike it with. That's all I use that for. Otherwise I'm using my Gerber for everything else. Yeah. That's what I roll. Right, here we go. So I'm glad there was a little bit of lake water left in the bag there, because that would have been annoying. It's just grabbing my grabbing these bits and pieces. Put that over there. So this is the wood we've got already. I just want to see what we've got. See if there's going to be enough. I'm sure it will be. No, it won't be. Oh, we need to make some curls for start. Oh no, I forgot about that. Happy Limpy in the house. So people having some buffering. I haven't got great signal where I am, so this is my little. This is the thing that I use for like doing stuff on, just as a bit of a sturdy base, really. I am going to actually need my Gerber, aren't I? Because we're going to need to be. We're going to need to be doing. Let's have it like this way. Should be more sturdy now. Okay, right. So we are going to need my proper Gerber, and we're going to need that Gerber and this business. Some of these are a bit chunky, need to be stripped down a bit more, but we'll probably be alright. Might be able to snap them into. See, this bit's a bit chunky still. Yeah. So that's a proper axe job. I could do it with my tactical knife, and bat on it, but it's going to be so noisy. Right, we need to sort this stuff out first of all into the smallest bit this end, yeah? And the biggest bits up this end. And when I say biggest, it's more about being fat. They're thin, I don't mind if they're long because I can snap them in two. It's not too bad stuff. Oh, that's quite tough though. You see this thing that kind of goes all nasty. Now what I do need is something that's a bit bigger, maybe like this, to do some curls with, because this wood's not great on its own. You're going to need to give some curls on it. Yeah. So I suppose we got to do this now. Can't believe we're doing this live. Never mind. I wasn't quite expecting it. Ugh. Right. Is that even in shot? Not really. How about that? You should be able to see what's going on. Oh, do apologise. So what we got going on here is this sort of a thing. Yeah, and then we need to make some curls, this sort of thing, yeah? You don't want them to fall off ideally. They can be good as ting and they're just to scatter over the fire bowl, but ideally you want to keep it as one. Now you'll notice I'm using these serrations to get some real nice tight curls, right? And the trick is to not go all the way to the end. It's very difficult, you'll get used to it, it just takes practice. But you want it to end up just bunching up like this, yeah. And then you got a real nice bit of tinder there that will give you a really fast burn, because there's lots of surface area, lots of oxygen. As long as you give it the heat, we're all good. That's probably enough, so I'm just going to break that off. Right, that's what we want, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so let's pop that over there. I don't think we're going to need our Gerber anymore. We could do another one actually. Ooh, we could do another one actually. Just trying to get this somewhere that's got stable ground. Right, okay. fire base. So note the air hole here, there is only one of them. Yeah. So we want to be able to feed. Yeah. Don't forget we've got our, what do you call it, wax twine. Or at least we did have. I laid it on there a minute ago. Don't know, we'll look for it in a second. But we need to feed our wax twine in here. Yeah, into there. So what we want to do is to break some of these out. And sort of do the old pyramid jobby. And start building that up with some more meaningful bits. Welcome everybody who's joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday or whatever day it is for you right now. We are coming live from the woods of the United Kingdom on a wild camp, a solo bushcraft stealth wild camp, basically. So I think that might get us going, you know. There's plenty in there to feed in. We're a little bit short on very small bits, but I think we're going to be okay. Right, let's scoot round here. Let's move our bits out of the way. See if we can find our little wax twine. If not, it's not a problem because I've got another one in my hand. Look. Oh dear. One is none. Two is one. Do you know what? I'm wondering if I don't even think I brought it over. I don't even think I brought it over. But like I say, I've just found one here, so we'll use this. Oh, I keep kneeling on. I keep kneeling on rocks. It's not a good look. We need to make sure everyone can see. Alright, let's just strip. Just going to strip some of this wax off the wax twine. I'm doing the other end here. There's various different techniques you can use when it comes to the ferrocerium rod. I tend to find my method works the best. Nah, depends. I kind of change it depending on what platform I've got on there. I think this is this dodgy bit of wax twine, to be honest. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. Might be. So, just going to make sure we're in shot. So if I'm here, try to see what you can see. You can see this, right? Yeah, okay. Let's get our up and out. Boom. So this edge here is really nice for a spark. Yeah. But what we're going to do is I'm going to load up some shavings onto the end. Yeah. You see, I'm not doing a proper strike, I'm just scraping down and taking little pieces off. And then I roll it over and I can put it, and then, are you ready? Here we go. Oh. No. Everywhere but, wouldn't it? You notice what I do is I pull the ferrocerium rod away, yeah, rather than trying to move the knife. So this isn't the way you want to be doing it, as you just saw. You want to load it up onto it. This is nasty though. I think there's something wrong with that. That's why it's over there. Shall I go and get a new bit? This is the bit I had the problem with before. I just don't want it to beat me. Let's pop it in there. Because I think we have lost that bit, haven't we? Oh, let's go and get another bit. And we'll see. To be honest, we can do it straight into the... feather curls, to be honest, but it's too touch and go. When you watch people doing that, they're like, ugh. No. Watch. It'd be so funny if I wouldn't. Oh shit, you see? That's all you're gonna do. Disrupt your bowl. Yeah. So all these people you see doing this, like when you try every method, you'll see why. There is only really one way. Let's build this a little bit more. It's these bits on top as well. I don't really feel like we've got enough curls, to be honest. I think we're being a bit hopeful. I think I'm trying to be rushed because it's live, so let's not just do it properly. Because I'm gagging for a cup of tea for a start. So we'll get the wax off. Fan it out, just like I did the other one that we can't find. Let's try that again. See if you can see that. So it's gone really squidgy, this stuff, like not squidgy, do you know, like, yeah, squidgy. It sort of moulds, not mouldy, I'm talking about, I don't know. Yeah, I can see what I'm doing now. This is more like it. It's a shame you can't see what I'm doing. You might be able to, if I'll get you in there. Can you see the small pieces of flint stripe on there? Yeah. So that there. Yeah. And then we can pop it in the fire base. And we want to get it right in to those curls, yeah? And then these little bits here we want to line up, but we don't want it to be starving of air. Yeah. And the minute we got something like that, yeah, you want to just put the calicut on. Yeah. We need to get it in the right place first though. Without standing on your microphone cable. Like that. And you want this air hole to be where the air's coming in, where the wind is, yeah? And then what we can start doing is just feeding bits into the chimney. And start feeding the fuel. Again, starting off with the smaller ones and building your way up. Can't find a suitable piece of wood. And when you stop seeing flames come out the top, you need to give it a little bit. Yeah. That's the Kelly kettle rocking. So there's probably a reasonable amount of fuel in there to get a cup of tea going. So I hope you see what I mean about the using the wax twine in conjunction with a flint strike. What did you think, daily survival? It's definitely a nice trick using that wax twine to get you. So that's the Opinel knife. It's just got a really lovely back to it. Like I say, you can scrape off small little filings onto your wax twine, and then when you ignite it, boom, it's like an explosion on the actual wax twine. So that's what we did there. That's my microphone sponge, isn't it? That was a good find. Don't know if it sounded better or worse. Sorry, cover your eyes. She's going for it now. Look at it. Let's turn my head torch off. Look at the glory. Look at the glory. You'll hear it whistling in a minute. But I tell you what, keep everything together. So again, we've got wax dowel, use a pencil sharpener for that. I can hear it already getting ready to whistle. I've got some storm matches in the bag as well, but they're so nasty. You don't want to ever light a storm match. You leave a smoke trail for about 10 years. Yeah, and it absolutely stinks. Do you know, like when you light a match, it's like that, but it goes for 20 seconds going psh. Look how beautiful that is, like literally a rocket shooting up. Yeah, it's so efficient. Because bear in mind, all of the water's around the rim. Because this pocket goes all the way around, so that heat's getting the surface area that's touching the water is so epic. So, yeah, man. Well, this stuff here you're talking about, Cynthia, yeah, but it's not going to be raining tonight. It's been absolutely roasting today. Absolutely roasting. But I will go and put it over cover anyway tonight before I go to bed. I might have another cup of tea before bed. I'll bring this back to camp. But this is going to be whistling in a second. I don't even know if I'll get back to camp or not. I noticed the lights turned off. So I don't know if we've lost our battery bank there to switch it out. Just put our stuff back there. We shouldn't need to cook anything else. Sometimes it's worth keeping the fuel going. We got plenty for tomorrow morning. We'll probably be heading out of here later in the day, early afternoon. It's actually, as of from now, my son's birthday, so happy birthday to Xavier. We love you dearly. Congratulations and happy anniversary, Magic Hand, because you were the one who were there a year ago with me filming you through the window. So thank you, Magic Hand, for giving me such a wonderful son. And it's lovely to be out in nature, reminding ourselves of what it's all about while he turns that much closer to not being a teenager anymore. I wouldn't want to actually get to the end of this for this to stop burning before we before the kettle boils, but I can actually hear it. I can hear it rumbling. But it'd be annoying. I might have to throw one in there just for a laugh. Oh, actually look, that was fate, because now I can hear it rumbling. I don't want to use more wood than I need to, but the thing about kelly kettles, they are so efficient. You can just pick twigs up. There's plenty of them around. Yeah. But yeah, I can hear it rumbling. There's plenty going on in there. There's no flames out the top though, so. We will put that in there. Hopefully we don't have to go and get my bellows. Should be boiling any second. Famous last words, isn't it? Get that bit of wood going. I haven't got my bellows back over there. That'll be boiling any second. It's actually already boiling, to be honest, but I like to hear confirmation. There's plenty of heat in there. Let us know what you're drinking. So this is the bit that fell off my bellows. Yeah. So I'll stick that back on when I get home. She's rumbling. She's rocking. Thank you everybody for being here with me. I can't see everybody's comments, but see, we have actually got flames licking up from the top again now. Just those two little bits that I put in, then blew in the bottom just to spark her back up again. Yeah. Can you hear it boiling? Probably not. That's going to start whistling like a bitch. Here she goes. Oh, beautiful. Gotta love the sound of a Kelly kettle whistle, eh? Let us know if you're feeling it. Let us know if you're feeling it. That is absolutely a model fire. Model fire. Dear. Let me know if you enjoyed the... I didn't actually see was... Oh, thank you so much, Robert McNamara, for the Streamlabs. I really appreciate it. I don't have the overlay with my main system here. The Virginia Bushcraft, great to see you. Good old H2O, is it? I'm drinking H2O out of the lake through my filtration system, gravity system, which is the first time I've tried that out today. But this is what I'm saying. You have to be confident in your equipment, right? I mean, I went ahead and drank out the bottle, trusting it as we should. Yeah. I bowled it, obviously, as well as all of that. Right, so let's get ourselves a cup of tea set up, shall we? What we need to do is to get the lights sorted back out. Yeah. Namely, powering up. I've just got to try and get the rope light sorted out. Because this battery bank, yeah. That means no. So the battery bank's died. I'll shove that back in its. We'll shove that back in its case. Oops. This is a 72 watt hour. But she's dead. This one's got juice. But I'll tell you what's got epic juice is this one. It's got my Olight head torch charger. This one's real nice. And she's got epic juice. This is PD This does about 60 watts, 80 watt PD power delivery, USB-C, and the usual USB. So what we're doing here, at least the theory is getting our strip light sorted back out again. So this pouch here that you can put this silicone strip light, USB LED strip, right? You can coil it up and put it in the bag and it becomes a lamp. Or you can do it like I do it and have it as a strip. I'm going to need to put you down there actually, 5 seconds. Let's move you over there. Yay! Then there was light. Okay. That solved that problem. Now we need to get the tea brewing. So let's get the tea brewing. Let's set the cup up how we like it. Move the wet wipes out of the way. This is my Kelly Kettle cup. Kelly Kettle. What do we want? Tea and sugar. When do we want it? Immediately this instant. Should be a little bit more stealthy and use my little custom USB thing that I made. That's alright, isn't it? Yeah. Right. So first little tip when it comes to sugar and tea, what you want to do is have your sugar as cubes, because then if you spill them, excuse me Mr. Spider, I'm not sure I want you in there, thank you. If you spill them, you don't really spill them, do you? You can just pick them back up, as long as it's within 5 seconds or whatever the rule is. Oh, that's 5. Oh, go on then. Yeah. Okay. Oh, didn't put tea bags in. 2 tea bags we'll have. God, those ants are going to be trying to get right in here, aren't they? 2 tea bags. We want our where's my titanium spoon? This is where the 2 hours of sleep starts showing itself. Oh, of course it's in here now, isn't it? This. Long titanium spoon's quite handy. And what I do have is some milk in a thermos flask. I ideally would like to have some milk left tomorrow for some porridge. There's your milk. Let's pour it over here so we don't get any on the top. So the idea here is I use this, because this is silicone, I changed it. Instead of a chain, I can just pull it back. Oh, and it tilts it in, yeah. Boom. Pop the lid back on. And again, this is the modified Kelly Kettle whistle stop. And linseed oiled, and I changed the chain for silicone so it's silent when I'm running with my pack. So we'll move that over there so it doesn't get kicked. And then we'll wait for that to brew for a bit. Just need to sit round before my toes snap off. Your toes snap off, Andy? Yes, my toes snap off. They do feel very toe snappy offy. We were going to have a go at that water tester thing, weren't we? So I'm just doing some housekeeping. Right. Would you like to see me? Hello, this is me. Does it even show me with my head torch? I don't know what it's looking at. It does see me, doesn't it? Right, hold on. Need a cookie in your tea? Do you see what I see? Chocolate bourbons and classic Chocolato Chippo Mi Amico. Chocolato Chippo Mi Amico. Not to mention my trail mix, obviously. Yeah, walnuts, hazelnuts and almonds and sultanas and raisins and M&M peanuts. Peanut M&Ms. Do you know, we were going to test my lake water filtering abilities with our TDS water tester, weren't we? We'll see how the tea gets on. I don't know what I should do about my little... the thing from the meat. The thing from the meat that I cooked the steak on. Do you like my cute little chopping board? How cool is that? Do you know, first time I did Bushcraft camp and I bought this chopping board, yeah, look how thin and light it is. Yeah, but it's proper, you know, chopping board texture, you know, that normal thing, and it fits in the back of my bug out bag where the bladder goes, where you can put a water bladder in the back, the one that I use on the tree for my gravity fed system. So it just fits in there, you don't even know it's in there, right? And they were like, oh, what do you want chopping board for? Do you know what? Everyone wanted to use it. They wanted to chop up their carrots, use it to cut their meat on, just to have a clean surface as well as having a normal plate and bowl. I don't remember it costing any more than about, you know, $5-10 worth, you know, nothing special. But it just slips in the back of my pack. And the things I put in the Kelly Ket's griddle after cooking a steak. You're an interesting looking creature. I think that was actually just I think it was just a mosquito. It wasn't interesting at all. Roughing it is straight black coffee, says the Virginia Bushcraft. All American prepper says, snail whatever's digging those holes and eat it. Oh man, I'll tell you what, there's loads of them. There's loads of them, All American prepper, I tell you, all over the place. And Magic Ham was making fun, going, oh, you get eaten by badgers. I don't know about that. Hey, Danger Bob is in the house. Great to see you, Danger Bob. I hope you're well. We're in the woods, stealth camping, with camo netting and camo tarp, with the camo hammock. So yeah, we're definitely, I wouldn't say we're roughing it actually, I'd say we're doing all right. I'd say we're doing all right. I'm looking forward to having a slurpy slurp on my tea at some point. I think the batteries on everything is doing quite well considering I'm running on like 4G for everything, right? I know you're probably thinking this is like really boring at the moment, but I'm just getting some stuff figured out at my end. Oh, I might have to open the cap on my... I'm gonna have to bust a cap. I have to open the cap. Do let me know if you do a Streamlabs Super Chat, by the way, because it won't show up on the screen tonight, but I'll definitely call it out if you let me know you've done it. But check it out. Why am I saying check it out? I'm just going to take a drink for it, that's what I'm saying. And like I say, it's just some dude Sounds like someone walking around out there. Fuck me. There's some shit going down out there. Look, look, look. Look. Something just kicked off. Let me know in the chat if you could hear it. It sounded like a person. This is where the badgers start coming out, isn't it? Yeah, no, there's only Streamlabs. We're about 30 or something, 20 or 30 subscribers away from being able to do super chats. Well, you can do super chats to Streamlabs, which is kind of better anyway, because, you know, get to keep it all. Just going to turn that one down. So what do you think? Do you think the tea is going to be brewed? Hmm? I'm going to bring it round here. And then we can stir it here. We'll use this light actually. My USB. This has worked out really nicely, if I don't mind saying myself. This wrap here, this is like a slinky, well, it's like a metal bendy thing with just a USB plug and a USB socket, right? That's all it is. But it's very efficient. But it's the same as the wrappers I've put on the on my DD tarp, my DD telescopic pole, just to camo it up a bit. I think the wildlife's coming awake now. Oh, I need to get my tea. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually get up tomorrow. Do you think badgers are going to run away with all my stuff? That's the question. Well, do you? Do you think badgers are going to run away with all my stuff? Am I going to have to lock it up? I hope you're enjoying being with me in nature. My last moments before being eaten by badgers. It was quite funny actually, because last night I went on YouTube to have a listen, things like that we get here in the UK. And I tell you what, when you hear a badger doing its screaming and that, it sounds like a human being murdered. It's like, what the? I'm solo camping in the woods with that. Oh man. So there's plenty of squidging of the tea bags. I think it's brewed, Andy. I know. In the rubbish bag. So I'm just gonna. Am I? Yeah. Just gonna run a little cloth over that, a spoon, because there are a couple of ants around on here. They are looking for some grub, so I'll make sure I keep everything closed up tight. So, cheers everybody. Thank you for joining with me and sharing this time with me. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to Sigma Prepper. We're so close to be monetized now. Thank you to everybody who's contributed to the show and helped me get this far. I've got the ultimate hotspots coming out this week as well, so they are epic. I wanted to have some time this weekend, this trip, to play with a hotspot while I'm here, and maybe shoot some footage as well for some promo videos of the new version. But I have got it with me. Got Danger Bob's as well that's now going to get sent out. So he's going to be the firstest customer in the whole wide world. So thank you so much, Danger Bob, for the way you've helped the channel. And everybody else who's here right now, basically, they're all the people that are super duper VIP Patreon members, because YouTube doesn't really want to tell anyone else about us. But never mind. Maybe it'll change. Just having some of my trail mix. Cheers, Andy. Cheers, Danger Bob. I think I need to do something about this meated up thing. Like, rather than waiting until tomorrow and taking it down to the lake and giving it a once over, is what I usually do. Just want to put the fire lighting stuff together. Put that back in the box. Let me know if you're liking the wild camping in the woods live. I'll show you a photo of what the camp looked like this afternoon while it was light. I mean, check out how realistic my netting is, my camo netting, versus like the background foliage. It's perfect. It's really cool. I'm so pleased, especially as it's the first time I've used it out and about. I'm seeing if I can find one from the back side. So you see, fits in quite well. Thought I had some more. Oh, it's on the other phone. It's on the phone you're on. But that's what it looks like from where we're sitting. So yeah, it's come out real stealthy. Hence the stealth solo bushcraft camp, right? It's good. It's a very good experience. It's only the second time outing with my hammock. Sleeping in it. Obviously, I brought my hammock last time as a prototype test for this wild camp area. As a new spot, I've slept in a hammock before, but I've never done a solo wild. I've never done a solo wild camp on my own. Every time I've had a friend or two, yeah, and yeah, this is the first time I'm going to be on my Jack Jones, which I don't mind. I'm actually really into it because it's one of the things I haven't done, you know. It's like that whole thing, I'll try anything once, except Morris dancing and incest. Morris dancing and incest. Anything else goes. Oh look, the handle won't let me go in there because of the handle. I just didn't want it to get scummy. But it's fine, we can improvise. Thank you, please. Right, we are going to have an adventure in a minute. You don't know what it is, but it is an adventure. Sandy there saying please message Discord in the morning to confirm that I haven't got by badgers or anything else that might be out here. But don't forget, I've got my stealthy thingy bob PIR sensors, and I'll know if anything sets it off. I know if it's a dog, it's the PIR. It's a woof woof sound. It's the PIR sensor on the tree over there, and if it's a bird chirping sound, it's the PIR that way. So I know which side the threat is coming from. I'm really pleased with how sturdy the Bushcraft camps come up with all the netting as well. Just on that one continuous ridge line of Dyneema, yeah, the am steel 1.75 millimeters. I'm well impressed. It's so lightweight as well and takes up no room at all. Just had some massive kamikaze flying beetle landing here somewhere. I don't know where he is. Don't know what he's doing. It's lovely to see you, Connie. How are you, my dear? Are you alright? Oh, hold on. I've worked out how I can scoot through the chat. Miss Worm's still with us. I'm surprised. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I just mean, typically, you're not on when it's late. This isn't late. Robert McNamara loves it. Prepper's gone wild. Do I have that video? Danger Bob. Such a dude. Who's singing the Swans? How are you going to know who survived, Connie? Well, I guess knowing Andy will bring home a couple badgers. That would be Robert McNamara would be the one bringing back badgers with him. Yeah? He'd be hunting them all night long. I asked Robert actually, I said, Robert, have you ever done a wild camp on your own? Like camped in the middle of the woods on your complete and utter own? That is a massive, massive cargo train going along. Sounds like it might have loads of tanks on it or something. Wouldn't be surprised at this point. But I said to Robert McNamara, I said, dude, have you ever camped on your own? He's like, no, he's gone hunting on his own through the woods at night. I imagine that's already reasonably, you know, keep your head on a swivel, do you know what I mean? Big time. But yeah, I mean, I've not really had a problem when it's been 2 of us or 3 of us, yeah. I've done Bushcraft camp many a times with 2 of us. More so with 3. On occasion 4 have come along for our survival camps. But it's a great time every year to test your equipment like I am now, right? I've had this equipment for a long time. I don't think there's anything that I've bought in the last 6 months, at least. I think everything is the same as it was. It's just a lot of it hasn't been tested. I haven't actually been out in it for a night. And when I did this prototype setup the other week here, I didn't actually sleep the night, as I made clear. It was just to check out the location to see if there was any trees and to see how the hammock would go up. Oh, by the way, I did try and find another location in this same woodland, and I thought I found a spot and it looked all right, but it's right near where the stream is with all the wildlife. Do you know the other thing as well, actually, Sandy and Connie and Miss Worm and Robert and Danger Bob? Who's getting harassed by wood lice? Is my tea getting? As long as my tea doesn't get wood lice in it, we're all right. Yeah, it's really sturdy camp though. I think in a wind, this would do really, really well because of the way it's down. I think all I would do differently if it was super windy is, we can't really see it, can we? I think what I would do is I'd double up the guy ropes on the supporting poles that I've got, the hiking sticks and the main one. I'd just double them up. I would just double the guy lines up, and the earth around here, the soil's really good for tent pegs actually. I was quite surprised. The ground's not damp. I wonder what it would be like if it was damp. It's kind of a dusty kind of a It's a very dusty soil. So I think if the wind was up, you'd probably be a bit of a pain in the arse getting that nasty, muddy dust on everything, but you'd learn to deal with it. That's why I like my hammock with the, it's got the netting, the mozzie netting all over it. It's completely enclosed, so once you're in there. I haven't got any other change of trousers for sleeping in the sleeping bag, but it shouldn't be a problem. So, let's have a sip of my tea if I can even get up. Well, I even just to turn around. I don't want to sound like I'm old or anything, but I haven't brought a chair with me. And I don't know, it's just the nature of what I've been doing today. I've been very much, oh, little spider crawling on there. I've been very much bending over the whole day. Ooh, missus. No, not like that. Yeah, look, the Aussies, Danger Bob there. The Aussies have us beat. Even their mice are 6 foot tall. Yeah. Miss Worm was saying, you Americans. Hold on. Oh, it's not going to let me go back up. Yes, it is. So the Virginia Bushcrafter as well is in there. Great to see you, my man. I've done solo overnights a lot. It's hard to get people to go bushcrafting. It's so surreal and rewarding, isn't it just? I love it. You Americans think you're so tough with your mountain lions, bears and venomous snakes, but we've got miffed badgers and harassing woodlice. And harassing, like, you got foxes and badgers and foxes and badgers and... Oops. That's just... That's waiting to be a disaster, isn't it? It's not even hot anymore, so we don't need to worry about it. There we go. And let's pop this back in here. I think the iPhone's doing a really good job of pulling the light out, pulling the light out of nowhere. This one here. Oh, so I do have some storm matches. I've got another couple of wax twines in there I'll probably use in the morning. I do like them. Let us know in the comments what you think about the, and in the live chat, what you think about the wax twines if you saw me light the fire using them. I mean, it's not, I didn't use it to light the fire, I suppose you did. It's just like I say, it's only really as a alternative to a match, just so you can direct the flame where you want it. You see, I can't let it go. I can't let it go because there's a bag stuck in there. I'm sorry. Gonna have to open it back up again. It doesn't even matter, but it does because I know it's there. So now I see what's happening. Right. Put that. Oh, there's always one. Just a backup for the backup. Now I gotta open it again. Oh. But that's why we're here. I mean, it's not, but it is now. Oh. May I remind you of the 2 hours sleep? Look, I don't even think I will even worry about those little bags in there anymore. It's a bit of a waste of time. And they just get caught up, look. Yeah, how annoying is that? I'm just seeing if everyone else is annoyed yet. I can tell by the number of live people how annoying it is. Yeah, drop off. It went from like 624 down to 12. Happy limpet in the house. Right, so that's that done. Ish. I was going to sharpen the axe, but I don't think we need to. I think we are all good. We'll pop. I'm just messing around with the bowl. Usually you have this. I've got like a scouring pad and a cleaner and things, a scraperer. I have in here and some other bits. It's upside down. Upside down. Oh, it's supposed to be stealth camp. It's not very stealthy, is it? You're making a racket like that. I can hear some running around. I can hear some running around down there in the woods. I'm looking for the... Oh, we didn't have any cookies. What's going on? Cookies. Chocolate chip and bourbon. Basically. So let's get one lemrock in my tea before it goes cold. I'm going to move this up there. So we need to do some dunking action. Biscuits, cookies, tea. This is how we like. Hello wildlife. Hello fellow wolf pack. Great to see you with us. Thank you for joining me live solo wild camping stealthily with camo netting and everything. One down, 627 to go. So, Christina G, sorry, 2 hours sleep. So yeah, I haven't seen any, well, I'm not sure if that thing I saw running along was a badger. There's definitely some rustling going on. And it's not me. I'm actually really looking forward to Sleepy Bubba's time, because I'm really, I don't know, I'm just intrigued to know how it goes, I suppose. Right, what we're doing here, this is my Olight charger. Need more tea. More tea, Vicar. I don't even know what the time is. What is the time? Bloody hell, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. That's interesting. I don't even know how long I've been streaming. Is that the 124 thing? Is that 124 minutes? That's 2 hours, is it? Oof. 2 hours. What am I doing? I'm going to put this in there. Just getting bits sorted out, really, and put together, because obviously I'm going to be sleeping in the hammock and this stuff's going to be on the ground. There's still a bunch of things I want to review. Yeah, I want to do, I've got, like, I brought a duffel bag so I could bring a few bits to review, yeah. And yeah, I just didn't get time today. We're setting the camp up, and even then I didn't really get the video that I wanted to get. And then I got to a point and I thought, you know, I just need to start enjoying the day, and I just need to use it to drive me to do more, you know what I mean? So I've enjoyed it from that point of view. It's been great to test out the equipment as well. Like I say, it's like I've had all this stuff for at least a couple of years. Well, I've had it many years, but in terms of the new stuff, you know, like my hammock, I've not bought anything for the last year or two, and yet I've got new stuff I haven't used yet or tried yet. So I'm really pleased to have got that figured out and trialed, and of course it being really successful. And you know what, even then I made a few differences from before, like as in when I came to this spot a couple of weeks ago, it was when I first found it. I first found this spot with Magic Hand on a dog walk with Hugo, and I came back about 2 weeks later, it was. Well, I decided I was going to try setting up a wild camp here, see what went and see what happened. It did really well, and I had a great time. Got some decent footage as well, put a good video together on the channel. And but I didn't stay the night. I knew I wasn't going to. In fact, I didn't even get here till about 6 o'clock, and sunset was about 7:30. So I didn't have much time to do anything at all. And a lot of things were an unknown entity, and even then it only took me an hour and a half, even with having to set up with the camera and take video and all that as well. So yeah, it went well. So of course that gave me the confidence to come back today, or yesterday now, and give it a go and see how I'd get on with a solo camping wild and being as stealthily as possible. But I don't know what happens in the mornings, right? I don't know what happens around here in the mornings. Who knows, right? I don't know if there's people come around, right? It's going to be awkward to say the least. So in terms of debrief of supplies and how we're doing, I think the water situation I'm not quite as concerned about. I tell you what, you were joking about like maybe I wouldn't survive the badgers, but you know what? I have been drinking lake water today. And that tea that we just made, and I just drank, well, 5/6 worth, I would say, is dranked. Is drunked, right? That should be a concern itself, but there are fish in the lake because there's a couple of dudes sitting around it fishing, and you could see the I mean, let us know in the live chat what you think about you know, let me know what you think about drinking the lake water. Now bear in mind, I am going through 2 filters. I'm going through for those that saw the live earlier, was going through the, what do you call it? Don't know. And the platypus carbon one, and the soya mini is what I'm thinking of. The soya mini first, then through the platypus carbon one, takes out any taste as well. I haven't bothered with any. I don't like those tablets. I don't like those chlorine tablet-y things. I'd love to see you catch and clean and fry up some fish, Andy, says Cynthia. I have caught fish, many fish. Although I was a river fisherman, I've only done sea fishing about 5 or 6 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, just on like special occasions, holiday. Oh no, maybe more than that, because when we lived in Thailand for nearly 10 years, we must have gone sea fishing there quite a few times. But it's not really my bag in terms of on my own, yeah, with my own equipment. Fishing with my own equipment, I'm a river fisherman. I've not really, in fact, I don't even think I've fished in lakes. Have I? No. When I was growing up, that wasn't really something that, we didn't really have lakes near us. It was loads of rivers and no lakes. Some kind of creepy crawly just crawled into my mouth. Too much information, Andy. I think it was a creepy crawly crawled into my mouth. I don't know. It was something. It was something unexpected. Quite a lovely evening. Do you know, it might all be different. The minute I turn all the lights out and it's all pitch black, yeah? It might be a different matter, yeah? It's the bugs. It's the bugs, says Bradley. Great to see you, Bradley. Great to see you, my man. You eat the bugs one way or another, says Danger Bob. What I do. Oh, amazing. Oh, man. I'm really feeling it, I tell you, from from my efforts today. There's another cargo train going along, if you can hear it. I'm not sure. This mic, I'm not sure what the mic sounds like. It's the mic that I bought courtesy of the VIP patrons. So again, another big shout going out to the patrons, because I wouldn't be able to sound like this if it weren't for you. However funny that might sound. Let's there's not really anything to look at around here, it's just a leg there's a problem, and I can't twist it all the way around because of the microphone cable, like as in to see me, so you just have to see. But I think I've done quite well to put all the camp up and do all the stuff I've done, go to the lake, which was quite a trek as well, right, and set the camp up and walk with all my gear. About £40 I think my pack was this time round. It was about 35 last time. It was about £40 this time. About 17.8 was it or something? I think it was 16.5 when I measured it last time. And the only thing missing out of that was the food. So the food and the media bag, let's call it. The media bag being things like, you know, the USB cables for the camera, the tripods, the radio mics, and some other bits and pieces for camera stuff, right? So excluding that, right? So that does include my my filtration system. It does include all my hammock, tarp, poles, axe, Kelly kettle. Oh no, sorry, not Kelly kettle. I carry that separately. Lake water, I prefer running water, stream or creek. I'm not too keen on standing water. Nah, but going through, you know, you've done very well, especially with such a limited supply of chocolate bourbons. Well, I mean, they've only got to last like one day, really, Miss Worm. So, I mean, I've got a couple left, look. And there's a good, like, what, 3, is it? Chocolate chip cookies in there. I've got porridge and things for the morning. Plus, don't forget, I've got some trail mix in the house. Yeah, with some chocolate M&Ms, some sultanas, raisins, walnuts. Always a winner. Always a winner. Yeah, it's been nice as well. You can tell when you're doing all right in camp when you don't see any rubbish or anything of your own anywhere, right? And then you know. Like last time when I packed up and everything, it was like no one would lich know that I'd been here. It's nice. There's just a little bit of a thing, right? If you get to an end of a camp and you put your tent in whatever, your hammock away or whatever you've got, and then you look around and there's no sign of you, no little bands that were tying up your tent pegs, nothing like that, no bits of rubbish, yeah. Just like without trying, I mean. Yeah, it's just nice feeling to know that you've been undetectable and cleared up your bits and pieces bit by bit as you've gone, right? Just adjusting the pole. And don't forget I've got my PIRs as well, motion sensors, active. So far it doesn't sound like the badgers have been setting them off, so that's good news. But you know what, I will say that earlier today, I think the reason why I don't think the filming went very well, I don't know what, I'm sure I'll be able to make something out of it, but what are you doing for Xavier's birthday celebrations? Happy birthday, Xavier. I keep saying that 'cause it's Wednesday. we can't really afford to do anything, to be honest. It's been a bit of a crappy month. It's been a struggle enough getting the internet paid. Thank you, Danger Bob, for being such a great friend. Thank you to all the VIPs for being such great friends. It's been real tight the last few months, and every month we don't think we're going to make it, and then like something happens. So I do appreciate the way people find a way. But yeah, that's essentials. But in terms of things like Xavier's celebrations, he's probably going to want to spend it with his girlfriend anyway, Connie, to be honest, because him and his girlfriend are inseparable, which I like. I like that. I was like that. I like the fact that seems to have learnt to have very, very healthy relationships, even at a young age. He's got the right value system. So I like that. I like that. He's turning into a pretty good dude. Pretty faultless, really. I just need to get him into the world a little bit more, you know. That's all. I'd say, actually, funnily enough, one of the things I wanted to get him for his birthday was the same hammock as me, and then we could do camps together, because Xavier's pretty good with cubs and scouts and beavers and explorers. He's done it all, and obviously now army cadets. And he wanted to be a part of Sigma Prepper. I want him to be a big part of Sigma Prepper as well, you know. But it's been difficult with the weather being so crap, but now it's good. So I thought that was one idea. And I looked, actually, and these hammocks are about £87, £90, which I think is really good value, because that does include the poles and the full enclosed mosquito net as well. And it's the XL size, not the standard size. To be honest though, if I got him the same hammock as I've got, I'd want to get him the same tarp as I've got, which is a 4 metre by 4 metre, and I seem to remember that not being the cheapest thing in the world. Chip off the old block, says Cynthia. Thank you, Connie, for being with us. I do appreciate you, my dear. Mr. Bob. Xavier and someone kissing in a tree. Kiss, smooch, smooch. That is a good price, isn't it, Connie, for that hammock? Especially because you pay extra for the multicam, the MC they call it, the multicam. Pay about 20% extra in some cases for the camo version. So, there's just no point not having the camo version, is there? I mean, let's face it. Why do you want a bright orange tent? What's that about? Yeah. Who the hell? By the way, I have determined that although this is supposed to be a stealth camp, because of the elevated level of the train line, every train that's gone along here has basically seen me, probably. He's seen my lights and shit. So, no orange or red. No. Or even blue. Blue's no colour that exists in nature either. The study of camouflage, I think you would enjoy that, Connie, actually, because for those that don't know, Connie spent some time with design work and things, design principles and website design, stuff like that. I know you have an interest in it, but you know, camouflage, there's a lot in that. Do you know the US military spent billions of dollars on some I don't even remember what they called it now, multi-pat, and they spent billions on developing a camouflage colour that ended up not working. Classic. Yeah. Okay, muchos clásico. So I'm going to be. So catch you later, Miss Worm. That's funny because I'm just going to check off as well because I'm going to need to get this. I'm going to need to turn the rope light off before it turns itself off and start, getting some of the bits and pieces in my main bug out pack and stuff and get organised. Steak? Yeah, not anymore. Steak's in my belly. I got the griddle left from doing the steak, which is the first steak I've had for about a year, maybe more. We don't really have steaks. We can't really afford steaks usually. It's only like because I said I had to have a steak always because it's because it's tradition, the same as an ale, even though I don't really like ale. But that ale I had tonight was absolutely yummy. So it's weird that. Maybe ale's only good for bushcraft camp and stealth wild camping, yeah? In the woods. So far I'm really liking the spot here, so thank you to whoever made the earth and left this place here for us to come and enjoy together tonight. I really appreciate you all joining me this evening and spending this time making a fire. Don't forget for the Kelly kettle. Gave you a grand tour of the camp with the new camo netting. Even had a tour into my bedroom, the hammock, and yeah, we looked at the netting, which I think's worked really well. And I'm looking forward to showing some Bambi Secret in the house. Great to see you. How long did it take to cook steak? I flipped it one side and then about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes on the Kelly kettle. On both sides, yeah, 4 or 5 minutes each side. I'm just pulling up a picture for you, Bambi Secret, because I did take a picture while I was sizzling it. So this is the fire pot, the fire base, I think they call it, for the Kelly kettle. Where you normally have the kettle on top, but you can also have the option to have the griddle here. I'm using my little tipsy fingers because it's got steak oil fat on it or whatever. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It's on the camera that we're doing the streaming on now, and I had barbecue beef noodles as well. Barbecue beef noodles that I did on the pot on top of the Kelly kettle and cooked those up. That's another different titanium spoon that I use there. There we go. I actually cut a piece off because it wasn't the right shape and I couldn't fit it in. And don't know what's going on here. That's my tea. I don't know. I think that's a pocket. Oh, you see, look, that was the steak before anything happened to it. Look. Yeah. Kelly kettle in all its glory. All the wood chopped up, ready in size order. We just made a fire tonight together. Here's what the camp looks like in the daytime. Look, you can see how effective the netting is over the camo in the daytime. Got a slightly different ridge line I'm using this time. It's like a T ridge. It's beautiful. Yeah, fits in great. So there's a tarp there. Yeah. But then that sets the form, and then I've got extra, so it drapes over, gives you extra protection. So yeah, I've got the walking sticks. This is a landscape one, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So you've got the hiking sticks on those sides, and then this telescopic pole in the middle to give me a slightly high ridge, which is cool. It's pretty stealthy, blends in real nice. Oh, these are videos, look. So that's how it looks. Beautiful. It's me doing a little tour. And that's how I is rolling. So yeah, looking good. But in terms of the steak, most of the pictures are on the phone that we're streaming on right now. Oh, here we go, look. Here's how it looked. So there's my noodles, look. My barbecue beef noodles. And my steak. Yeah. And my ale. Not complete without the ale, is it? Eh? Tradish. But it was yummy, it was really nice and super rewarding as well. Oh, it's done that silly thing. There we go. Oh, this is showing Magic Hand, my iPad case, which is the one for our ham radios usually. Yeah, so that's what I got rocking with that. Right, I better save my battery power because that's the thing I'm going to be running out of probably quickest. I don't know if I'll have enough charge to do any video tomorrow, but I've had a great day today anyway. Shark Bay, I know, is the cheapest stuff I could possibly find because I couldn't really afford the steak, let alone the ale as well. But I said to Magic Hand, it's just not worth going on Bushcraft. I stamped my foot in the shop, in the store. I stamped my foot on the floor and I was like, Magic Hand, if I'm not allowed to have an IPA, an ale, and a steak, then there's just no point in going. Yeah. And I stamped and screamed and screamed and screamed until I was sick. So I found a very economical, great value steak. And I found the cheapest ale that they had in the shop. That was my way of saying to Magic Hand, you know, I'm going without as much as possible, but without going without anything, because I don't really care. A steak's a steak for me. I haven't had steak for ages, and an ale, I never drink alcohol, so I don't. That's quite novel in itself, whether it was a £1.20 ale or a £3.90 ale or whatever the range was, right? I think it was £1.35. But it was really nice. It was really nice. I've got a chocolate protein shake, which I'll have in the morning. That's in a little cooler bag thing with a little ice pack. It's not very cold anymore, but protein shakes are fine. But they're good to bring with you. Protein doesn't bog you down like carbs do. He says with his trail mix and his chocolate and peanut M&Ms. But you don't really want to be. Protein's good energy. It lasts a long time and you don't get like a come down on it like you do with carbohydrate. Anyway, we're not going to start talking about nutrition now, are we? No? Okay, good. So I might have to give you I don't know, I'm thinking about, might put my bedroom light on. And I need to get stuff figured out because I don't want to be sleeping till stupid o'clock in the morning. Oh, sorry, yeah, well, stupid o'clock in the afternoon. I'll feel like even more vulnerable and I've only had 2 hours sleep before coming out today. So it's been an interesting one. So thank you everybody for joining me today. Thank you everybody for your Streamlabs. Robert McNamara, I know you've been on it. So thank you everybody with the Super Chat Streamlabs. It's really important. And I do value it an awful lot. So thank you so very much everyone who's joined me. Everyone who's hit the like button as well, I really appreciate. So let's give you some head torch action. That's my bedroom for the night. It should be completely 100% free of mozzies. So yes, that's how we're rocking today. I'll give you a little tour as we sign off. We'll have a little walk round like a pilot round his plane, kicking the tyres and lighting the fires and stuff. So yeah, this is how we're rolling. How we're rolling. Ba-da-ba-ba. Thank you, Connie. I really appreciate you, my darling. I really appreciate everyone who's been with us today. And if you don't ever hear from me again, then you'll know what happened. It was the badgers. It was the badgers that got me. And again, I've been, or it will be my homemade gravity feed water filtration system from the lake. And just to remind you what the lake water looked like on the way in. But when it came out, it's absolutely crystal clear. So far, working brilliantly, especially having a double filter. Camo netting's looking to business. Motion sensors are in place, strapped to the trees as well. So it's all looking good. It's all pinned down. It's all tied in. It's all looking very secure. My bed's looking very inviting. What do you think of my bed anyway, everyone? Do you think my bed's nice? Especially after a full belly of noodles and steak, courtesy of my beautiful, wonderful Kelly Kettle, whom I love dearly. Me and my Kelly Kettle have been lots of places. We love each other. We've always loved each other. This is somebody else who we've had a love affair for a long time. My Rush 72 511 Tactical Sigma Special. Oh dear, but I do love this bag. It's so beautiful. I'm going to do a full breakdown of what I keep in here. Thank you so much, Robert McNamara. I really appreciate you, my man. Thank you to everyone super chatting. So important right now. And thank you for spreading the love as well, because we only need another 20-30 subscribers on this channel. And we're in Bidney, people. We're in Bidney. We're on the journey to Bidney, at least. So here's to that. Do you know what? I might actually, before I go to bed tonight, I'm tempted to give my axe a sharpen. It should be all right. But I do keep a sharpener with me. It's not too bad. So I'll give that a go. And then in the morning I'll be able to chop some more wood. I've got a little bit there, don't forget, that I can split down. I've got a little bit more over in the fire pot as well, and near the fire pot. And loving my Gerber. Me and my Gerber are good friends. This Gerber's done so much with me for so long. It's so hardcore. I mean hardcore as in it's just does everything I want it to do, right? And it's solid, and it's, you know, my Opinel, which is specifically only for the back of it because it's just my favourite thing for striking flint strikes. For a Syrian rod, flint steel. That's my baby. Had that quite a while. Of course, my Bayer thing with extended battery and the SR71, is it? Sorry, 771 antenna, modified antenna. Whoop, whoop. This is my water carrier that keeps all of this stuff. Yeah, all the filters, the pipes, all that goes in here, and then in here I have a flask and things like a fish mouth spreader. This is the clean canteen, 40 ounce, and there's a cup at the bottom that it fits perfectly for, very much like that cup there from Kelly Kettle. I think it's the same size roughly, but it fits in there beautifully. along with a few other bits and pieces. Like I say, my filters go in here, my pipes go in here, and that is just one bag. This is my own pouch that I've put on the molly straps. It's molly strapped everywhere. So I'll be doing a full review and breakdown of my water thing, as well as my things like my Impossibles case and everything like that, and the full bug out bag breakdown. But I'll do that in the lab in a controlled environment, because there's so much to go through. I don't want to miss anything, and it's difficult to do out in the field. I tried doing it today, and you know. But thank you everyone for joining me. And of course the axe is the Grunsfoss. It's very unique, and as much as it's like a hatchety type thing, but it's the perfect size for cutting, for splitting down for the curry kettle. If you're going to buy a curry kettle, buy this axe. It's the perfect size to split down the wood to the perfect size for that beauty. That's all I'm going to say about that. So yeah, that's about it really. So I hope you've enjoyed the show, even though we were just hanging out with each other, keeping each other company. It hasn't really been a solo camp really now, has it? That's cheating, isn't it? Because now you've been with me for half of it, but I'm going to be getting into, hopefully the tree straps will hold. Of course they will. It's more whether it slips as I get in, but it's quite a high distance and it sinks down maybe about a foot and leaves me about 2 foot above the ground, so that should be good. So that's where I'm sleeping tonight. Thank you so much everybody for joining me. I really appreciate everybody who supported the channel. Thank you to all the Patreon members as well. I've got lots more coming for you. I've got some behind the scenes stuff as well, plus the ultimate hotspot, which is on its way. And yeah, that's pretty powerful stuff. I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. Patrons first, of course, first refusal. From me though, love to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to get myself a good night's sleep without getting attacked by badgers. Night night my darlings, love to you all. I'll see you in the next one. Good night Wolfpack. Love, peace and progress to the pack.